Reflecting on how far I've come made me think of what's ahead. What new ideas can we bring to the table?
All right, camera speed.
Sound speeds.
And action.
The challenges we face will take not only our commitment, but also our creativity.
That moving water is going to push this turbine here, and it's going to cause this generator to turn into electrical energy, right?
What if we look to the wisdom of the earth to create new technologies and find solutions for the future? In Land O'Lakes, Florida, Rosebud Continuum is putting these ideas into action.
My journey with a lot of this started in studying into the indigenous histories, which is where the name Rosebud came from, the Rosebud Reservation in South Dakota, and we want to bring the indigenous voice back into modern technology. Matakuasin, it's Lakota, that means we are all related. What affects one affects all.
We want to make sure that we do good for future generations as part of what we do. And when we see something that isn't working, then we speak out about it, and then we do more than speak, we act. And one of the things we noticed is...
The idea here is to be able to bring the community in and engage them in different ways that we can educate them on all aspects of sustainability. There's something that every single one of us can do to make the world a better place and to make it more sustainable.
I was amazed at the variety of projects they have to teach and promote sustainability, from composting toilets to alternative energy sources. They're also practicing regenerative agriculture and teaching others how to do it too.
We're going to extend the pineapples out further and then put the pollinator garden right here. We have food forest and we have no-till gardening to show people how they can grow their own food at home.
We're eventually going to wrap the food forest around our entire property, but parts of it, like what you see next to me, is about 7 years old, and so we have a diversity of fruit trees. These are all examples of how you can create a microclimate, and you're able to grow things that wouldn't otherwise grow in an area.
Hibiscus breakfast. Have you tried them?
It's actually pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Not far from the food forest, I also got a look at an inventive way to harness energy.
So behind me, this is our gravity battery. Basically, you have a storage of water at the top, a mass of water, and that's your potential energy. When you release that water, it's gravity fed, and as it comes down, it goes into a pump, and that pump is able to generate electricity just from the gravity of the water coming down. And so the gravity is pulling the water down, it's turning this generator, and we should have lights. And that's how you get a gravity battery.
With young people inheriting a planet in crisis, it's inspiring to see an organization collaborating with students and teaching the next generation to think outside the box.
Are we ready to feed the dragon? Yeah! There isn't any soil. What do we do? How do we grow? All you need is a dragon biodigester and food waste and toilet waste, and you've created lush life once again. So this is the first dragon. The biodigesters are probably the simplest and most ancient technology that we have. Everybody can avail themselves of the magic of turning organic wastes into fuel and fertilizer. In the inlet pipe, you inoculate it with some kind of manure or lake mud that has the microbes that will do the biodigestion. You have them in your guts and your intestines, and then every time you feed it with the feed pipe here, you're going to be pushing water. Since the water level's right up to here, it's going to spill out, and that's your liquid fertilizer. Having the biodigesters is an essential feature. What else could we do? Then it led, of course, to composting, then it led to experiments in food grinding. We just started saving everything. When there's no such thing as waste because the garbage can has been removed from your mind, then you see the world differently.
Changing our outlook on things we view as waste could be a game changer. It's an opportunity to repurpose and innovate.
Macroplastics, like all of this, take up a lot of space, and nobody wants them around. When you get it down to this size, then it's easy to use it as a replacement for gravel and sand in concrete. A lot of people around the world are doing this. We're a little slow here in the United States, so here at Rosebud, we're trying to be a leader.
100% of the so-called garbage that other people have, we're able to successfully turn into fuel and fertilizer and recycled product and into statues and paving stones. Climate has always been changing. Now it's changing at a rate that is incompatible with human civilization and with most large life forms. It's a bad time. What we want to do, and we're sitting in a greenhouse, so this is the obvious metaphor, is we want to cool the average temperature off, or it's very uncomfortable and it's life-threatening. So what would you do? Would you continue pumping in gases that are keeping the heat from getting out? Or would you open the windows? Would you put in a fan? Would you lower the temperature here? You do anything you can do, regardless of who's to blame.
It's so important for the whole community to be involved in what we're doing, because we can't do it alone. We don't all agree on a lot of aspects of life, but we do all agree on the fact that we need to do better by our earth.
Whether you come from the so-called right or the so-called left, they're just two wings of the same American eagle. Right? I mean, it needs a left wing and a right wing or the eagle can't fly. But you don't want one wing fractured or one wing to be too long. So what you do is you say, okay, start beating those wings and not beat each other, and let's see how this thing flies. And then you go, oh, that didn't work so well. Oh, that did work. So we don't have conversations here about who's to blame. We think that's counterproductive. We are about solutions, and we've got these drawdown solutions, and we try them out.
Oh, I don't know, but I've been told.
I don't know what I've been told.
I'm gonna recycle until I'm old.
I'm gonna recycle until I'm old.
Do you ever feel overwhelmed, and what keeps you going?
It's easy to give up. It's hard to keep going, but it's so important. I have 4 grandkids. The oldest one is 50 years younger than me. 50 years. Look what we've done in the last 50 years to this planet. What are we going to do in the next 50 years? I want this to be a livable planet.
Here at Rosebud, everybody's having these conversations in context, in situ, and being willing to be vulnerable and say, I really don't know. And then you go, well, you know what? Nobody really does. And that's okay, because we're going to figure it out together.